Let's talk about how I write a book from the Realms Project. For most of the books, I already have a rough idea of how they start and end, so my process when starting a novel begins with what I call my scratchpad outline, because though I know where my story will start and end, there's still a need to have that rough idea of how to get from A to B in a story. In this outline, I also will detail the 3 stories that are running through the book, with a list of characters that belong in each story. Story A will always be the protagonist's main challenge. It's then paralleled by Story B, the challenge of another character or a group. And then I introduce Story C, usually a smaller story that focuses on a place as a whole. For Prophet's Voice on the Wind, Story A is Alanthea's challenges. Story B focuses on Riven and the refugee Agapeshians. And Story C is about the kingdom of Torgel, which has been taken over by the Adamones. After I've done this, I start my chapter outline. In the document I use to write my rough draft, I go chapter by chapter and detail how we get from the beginning to the end of the book, detailing which chapters will be devoted to Story A, B, C, or bits of each. As more details are added through the writing process, the outline changes and adapts to the needs of the story, until I finally have a rough draft. After my rough draft, I start editing, making multiple drafts as I not only fix moments of awkward writing, but also review the plot and review the dialogue to bring more distinction between characters. Finally, once I'm happy with my writing, plot, and dialogue, I do a final review, making any last-minute changes, and then surrender my book to my editor, who then deals with hundreds of texts from me about more changes I want to make. Sorry, Joy.